Well, it looks like the internet is justifiably mad at the nominees at the Game Awards. Does anyone really care about this show like that? Because I don't. I haven't watched it since like 2016, maybe 2015. Because it's boring. It doesn't do anything for the gamer. It's just a bunch of fake celebrities pretending like they play games every day when we all know that they do not care about gaming. It's a bunch of advertisements that take up too much time. It's annoying. And now the nominees have been announced and the internet is upset because Stellar Blade is not on the list. You guys can see it on the screen. Astrobot, some solitaire garbage, Black Myth, Wukong, which should win. Elden Ring DLC, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio. There's nothing good that came out of this industry from the AAA space. I'm glad I didn't even bother with any of this shit. I got plenty of other games to play. And there is no Stellar Blade, despite the game having so much hype and following behind it, despite it being one of the biggest games of the year, because we all know why it's not on the list. The people who are behind the nominees are journalists. Yes, the same people who spent so much time and effort trying to tear down Stellar Blade, disrespect the beautiful, beautiful Eve that the internet loves. They hate beautiful women. That's why Stellar Blade got robbed. You really put some kind of solitaire card game instead of Stellar Blade? What is that? What the hell is Ball to Lock? What is that? What is that shit? Ball Latour? I've never heard of that in my life, and that is part of the game of the year. You're saying that's one of the greatest games that came out this year? A solitaire game. This industry is a joke. It's nothing that came out from these AAA companies that was even decent like that this year. Majority of the list, and not everything on the list, yes, literally everything on the list, besides from that weird card game, is Japanese. The West has no talent. It's over for the Western AAA market. The best games I personally played this year were all independent games. You have nothing. The Japanese, the Eastern developers, the Chinese, the Koreans, they are beating you in every aspect of the gaming industry. They make way better games. They are embarrassing you right now. The only thing you have to represent America in the West is a goddamn card game, and not even a good one. It's solitaire. That's what it looks like. You're not doing any like card-based mechanics and other genres. It just oh my god. Video games are garbage. They have been a disgrace for a decade. And we have tweets across Twitter that are justifiably mad that Stellar Blade is not being nominated. Like this one right here. Stellar Blade should be nominated for the Game of the Year award in my opinion. And it shows a beautiful image of Eve in the Nier Automata costume collab. They did a crossover lately. And the internet is thirsty because we need this in gaming. We don't get beautiful women like this in gaming. All we get is these ugly, androgynous, nasty looking women in our video games, and gamers are tired of it. Don't let any of these weirdos try to gaslight you. It's obvious the uglification of women has been going on for a few years now. Got plenty of examples I can show on screen. So don't let these idiots try to gaslight you, and it's not going to get any better with the AAA Western gaming market. You want beauty, you want what gamers want, you want the best gameplay, the best graphics, the art, the characters. You got to go either to the eastern side of the world or the independent space, because the AAA Western gaming market is done. It's over. It's been trashed for a decade. This industry has no talent. It's gotten worse over the last 5 years with all these diversity hires ruining everything because they have no talent. So don't expect the AAA market to get their shit together anytime soon. It's over. And Stellar Blade, one of the best games of the year, got robbed. And there's been plenty other examples at previous Game of the Year awards where other great games got robbed as well. And that's what this tweet is pointing out right here. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. No Game Awards nomination, yet it became an instant classic. Nier Automata didn't win Best Narrative, but remains a storytelling masterpiece. Stellar Blade, snubbed for Game of the Year and Best Art Direction. Seems like the Western industry is afraid of sexy women. That's obvious. They've been afraid of sexy women for at least 5 years. And they don't realize, or they don't care, that gamers, more specifically men, love attractive women. Why is that so surprising for all these game devs? They're weird. They're losers. They all live in California. They all live in these feminist, liberal blue bubbles. They are disconnected from the rest of the world, and they do not realize that what they are doing does not appeal to a majority of society, and they're going to continue doing it because they hate gamers. I don't know why that's a thing. I don't know why there's so many game devs that hate the audience that they are supposed to appeal to. I don't know why they think they can hate their main audience and still expect that same audience to give them their hard-earned money. It makes zero sense to me, but this industry makes zero sense, and they have no talent. So it's just like, we don't care if you go bankrupt, and you're not giving the games that deserve attention the attention they deserve, like Stellar Blade. But at least it got nominated for other things at the Game Awards. was, and that's what this tweet is pointing out. Stellar Blade was nominated for 2 awards at the Game Awards 2024. Best Score in Music, Best Action. Personally, I think it should be nominated for Game of the Year as well. A lot of people think it should be nominated for Game of the Year because there's not that much from the AAA space that even came out this year. That's why you're seeing the goddamn Elden Ring DLC nominated for Game of the Year. A DLC is nominated for Game of the Year. That's how empty this industry was in the AAA space. The Elden Ring DLC should have easily not been on the list. They did that on purpose, specifically so they don't have to nominate Stellar Blade. A goddamn DLC. They've never done that before. And they just so happen to do this now when people want Stellar Blade to be nominated. They planned this shit out. They wanted to specifically do this to rob Stellar Blade. Everybody sees it and everybody's laughing at you, Jeff Keighley. This is a horrible decision. A DLC in a solitaire game for Game of the Year because you do not want the gamers themselves to decide what gets picked. You let the journalists who are disconnected from the gamers, who hate us, who hate people who play games, which makes no sense because they're gaming journalists, and they hate what we like, and they hate Stellar Blade because they hate what men love, and that is beautiful women in gaming. They hate beauty. They want everything to be filled with rainbows and super yay, super nice, and gamers are not wanting that. We don't want that shit. We want gaming to go back to where it was a decade ago when we had great art styles, great gameplay, attractive and interesting characters. We're not getting that anymore, and the journalists don't want us to get that. That's why they didn't nominate Stellar Blade. They've been hating on the game since way before it came out. There were so many meltdowns from so many different outlets about this game simply because the main character is a beautiful woman. That's why Stellar Blade didn't get nominated. The Game Awards is an embarrassment. I already wasn't watching this show for many reasons. Like I said before, fake celebrities. The awards itself does nothing for the gamer. Too many advertisements. It's just boring. People only care about the new game announcements. You can easily look those up after the show is done. You don't have to sit down and watch a 3+ hour long show. It's way too long. That's another criticism that I have. And after seeing these embarrassing nominations for your biggest award, I'm not touching this shit, and many other gamers aren't touching this as well. So I don't have much else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So the Game Awards and Jeff Keighley, go fuck yourself.